I've been waiting 7 long months to be able to get back out into the garden, hands in the dirt, planting and bringing new life to this space.
Now, a huge thanks to Rainpoint for sponsoring today's video. I have used Rainpoint products since 2021 when we bought the cottage, and I had to have a solution for watering the plants at a home that I did not live at. It was a really big inconvenience for me to have to go over and water constantly when I was trying to water my own home, and Rainpoint was my solution. And so I've used them ever since in every home that I've owned in the last 4 years, which is surprisingly 3. Why have I owned 3 homes in 4 years? This is my life.
The first thing I'm tackling though is inside. I'm adding this Balder Therm solar thermometer. My fiddly fig and some of my other indoor plants are feeling very wilty, and I needed to figure out what the indoor humidity was of my space. And this little gadget is perfect. It's solar powered, automatically updates every 10 seconds, easy to read, and you can mount it on the wall with a magnetic back or standing. Gotta give my indoor plants as much of a chance as my outdoor.
Now for the outside, I'm using the 2-zone Wi-Fi water timer from Rainpoint. This is what I used at the cottage. It's what I used at my last house. And at this house, I'm gonna put it out in our raised garden beds. It's gonna make the biggest difference for my herb garden because I'm bad at watering. Okay, I just am. Easy solution.
Now this gives me 2 zones to work with, which is perfect because I have 2 beds that I want to put soaker hoses onto. And let me show you some of the features of this water timer. It has so many different watering options. Not only are there 2 zones, but within each zone, you have so many different configurations you can do. The Smart Hose Timer has 3 watering zones with normal, interval, and cycle and soak irrigation with 5 frequency options of daily, weekly, odd days, even days, and even every 2 to 30 days. The Wi-Fi water timer automatically adjusts the schedule based on site conditions like weather, soil moisture, and temperature, which is really helpful, especially on those really rainy weeks. And if you want to monitor the amount of water that you're using, it actually has a built-in flow sensor, which will record your water usage for the past 12 months. Now I'm just showing you some of the smart scenes. You can create a smart scene for when the weather forecast predicts rain, and that'll auto delay your watering schedule. You can also do a smart scene for every morning at sunrise. Zone 1 can be turned on for 10 minutes, but Zone B can be turned on for 20 minutes. So it's very customizable. You can use these smart plans directly from the app, or you can create any different watering schedule you want based on your own personal irrigation plan. This saves so much energy and water because you have precise control over how long your sprinklers or your soaker hoses are running. There's no more turning them on and then forgetting them for hours on time. There's no more forgetting to water in general. You have so much control with this hose timer. Now it's still so early in the year, but I'm just gonna put a few things in that I already have seeds for. We're doing some radishes, we're doing some green beans. I saved my zinnia heads from last year, so you can harvest seeds directly from your dried zinnia heads. If you just pull out the old dried petals, you'll be able to separate the chaff from the seeds in there. And I like to just kind of sprinkle them in and then cover with dirt. It's the easiest way to do it. I do test a couple of heads first and make sure that my seeds are going to be viable. They look kind of like arrowheads and they just need to have some hardness to them so that they're properly cured. And then you can use a regular old hose on your Rainpoint water timer, but I'm actually going to swap to these soaker hoses, and this has been my plan since last year. I'm so excited to finally be able to implement it. I'm using 2 different soaker hoses on 2 different timers. One soaker hose, though, will cover 2 raised beds, and so that is a huge bonus. Setting it up is really easy. I'm just going to wrap it around my existing perennials and herbs that are already in the beds, but then I have the flexibility to move it as I add more plants to it and also as seeds start popping up. I do like to just put a couple of fabric pins in to hold it in place for when it starts and stops. As that water flows through the hose, it tends to move it around a little bit, and the fabric pins keep it in place. And now it's set up for the entire summer to self-water on a timer, but also on really dry spells with the push of a button.
I am so excited for this summer's planting season. I will link up for you both the Baldertherm solar thermometer as well as the Rainpoint 2-zone watering system. This timer is really going to make the biggest difference in the amount of energy, water, and time that I'm spending on my garden. This is such a game changer for how I spend my time in the garden. I want to be able to go out, enjoy being in the garden, and not be slaving away in the heat watering. So the fact that now I've created my zones, I've created my timers, I can have them turn on at sunrise, and it does the job that watering needs to do before the sun has even come up, and I know that my gardens are being taken care of as we go on summer vacations, but just also on a daily basis. If you're looking for a great way to spend less time doing the tedious work in the garden, more time doing the enjoyable work in the garden, definitely check these out, linked in the description. Thanks for watching. I will see you next week. I'm so excited for what's to come with my future videos. I am doing so many really amazing landscaping, outdoor living, decorating, also indoor projects this summer. I have a whole lineup ready for you, and I cannot wait to share.